ni ana wo ye nurse ni ana wo ye ojuma nipa wo ye ejuma ye betimi aboa onu esidan na debia bosombia yetua oka ne ate okakra ye benya companies bi na omone banks na ye ejuma enti se onim sha wonyoma e ba ubekwa akohu omo no ma ba obosia sa abosia no di betua aban to ni gapo ha ni eto bia ewo ho na ye wo container si ya na omo yi e de akoto terminal one aban ni asembia. We shall reintroduce automatic posting of teachers, and we shall scrap the teacher licensure exams.
So, ya green say, Koko na debia ya de kwa manone na yakoye nwejuma oho ne ya chocolate ne de abre no. Yes you abre ya pese factory na ya de ye koko no. Ya de ba bibia yedua koko no. When for no 50, you better be 2 borehole near the polytank you see ho. And I can assure you the price is going to be a very, very, very good price. So those of you who don't have cocoa farms, go and start looking for land.
Is that in the first 120 days, we'll provide the seed money upfront for the Women's Development Bank.
24-hour economic clock. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people.
And one of the things we'll do when we come back into office is to complete the 200 community day schools that we began.
The Agenda 111 hospitals they are building, I'll continue and finish them.
We want a ban on all forms of mining. We want a state of emergency.
Declare a state of emergency.
Just as we declared lockdown during COVID, let there be a certain declaration.
Yes, I think that national emergency be declared now.
And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now.
I get very passionate when I talk about Galamsey issues because I think the president has failed. And this is not politics. This is about leadership.
A few moments later.
Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. As the livelihoods of about 4 million Ghanaians is on small-scale mining.
Usa Galamsey. Galamsey dear, baby I can't on NDC for a person to also have been more. Because December, last year December, me fa kwana utumifa barakese kwana kupi fufu ebesi edudamano. Na Galamsey ni left and right. Na bibi enwe ekese Galamsey. 3 months ago me fa okodo bonku nifa. Efa. Fufu kwana kupi edudamano. Matiesim. Ya tiesim atese Galamsey no mfidisi wo enyasem kuma. Ede ne yetsenche yanka me in particular. De ne yanka fa Galamsey. NDC. Ede be ne yehu se Galamsey eyeti MPP for. De be ne yehu. And you met 2 MPP for na busiasa NDC for ya face you with respect to Galamsey. Debi. Bosonche ye ma le Galamsey ho. Be no me Galamsey. Adansa su kwa ebi ho. Ebi. Enfampo e friends. So kono kwa na ewo ho. Maya new areas bi akodo ne bi ni ho. Forest bi na yi kan kra wan wow. The Nanzina to pack Kawasim. Amarusia Kubo Kawan. Almost Abeswa Forest. And no car dancers square. You see, 2 at the end a group police station. And you ask the police penny to know what were they? And said, I don't know 111 a yoko to a city group. You 2AD. Any part away in the pub bonus and dear semi young Kentia and people for say, one more Galamsey or May or more Seno. And then you say Galamsey and so many people. And then did you be a chegum one penny qua cat say Yanko for BJP. Now I say one penny Mr. Sanko for any woman. Woman to me for Sabu Suman Bonano, Emma Mefrayo, made intermens, may Ubisha who to Obama and NDC. Because me Kaiso Bomu
Sedina Tamakloe. Sedina Tamakloe in your short. You acquitted and discharged. Muamudim Sedina Tamakloe. I Sedina Tamakloe in your short.
But we want to sound a word of caution to government. The Ghanaian people are watching us very closely as political class. They are tired of the way and manner we protect or government protects their own when it comes to corruption and corruption related cases.
And then some of my catchers say any soso na and some any soso no they say topical ayipa Sedina Tamakloe ediano acquitted and discharged. Acquitted and discharged. And then the Supreme Court of the Republic of Ghana, and then Justice Emmanuel Ankama, Justice Emmanuel Senyo, and after Justice Samuel Obeng, etnase, and the Supreme Court of Ghana. Now, and then appeals courts. I kept saying severally say yes to Supreme Court, appeals court. Na nipa mi saying three wise men are omo etna seno and sema omo ediba yina no endi 5 minutes kra 5 minutes kra no omo rule no omo ankan endu 5 minutes kra briefly barely 5 minutes. Now we understand say a 94-page document yemupe no afeda ye ba behwe say benya ruling ni bi akan na taw empanifo atena se ne adaji eni epusui. What are the facts of the case, just for your to refresh your memory? Na ebribi na Sedina Tamakloe or you CEO for Maslock between 2013 and 2017. Na otna koyano so till 2017 na NPP ebetna koyano so no Ayeka Sedinam honorable and obeye Maslock boss enti ono no obeye your friend say forensic audit and oye hwehwemu no hu say jumadi e course e wo Maslock no entwa yie enti entwa yie no na ese e court. May bother tell the Attorney General back then at the Assembly Echo Court involving Sedina Tamakloe and then the operations manager, I friend Daniel Axim. Na enumwa na 2021 Sedina Tamakloe. Naturally say in fact no say the hundred no the home father cry. Baby adun chese the hunya cry. Enti say okono okosha the hoyare. Na Assembly shall say 2019 until 2021. And a court, a man who can so kwama no na onko hwede ho yare. Sedina Tamakloe court 2021 ayante nka bio. Na afe ye Sedina Tamakloe ye penihini hu. Emua na court edi rule no eba ye. Say in fact, omo ahwehwe na semu na omo ahwe na semu ejelu no 10 years. Eno eba ye April 2024. And a court edi ruling by convicted 10 years imprisonment. 2024 na yefi akonyaso MPP efra akonyaso Sedina Tamakloe obeba ya hwena nima kopem January 6 2026 and yenyan ntie say US Marshals omo ache Sedina Tamakloe ewa manone omo ache no hold no Nevada Southern Detention Center. And you dimu free January bepem a year June January kwa cheno no Ghana ambassador to US also be confirm sampa wakoshe omache enti free January June 9th any yan enti US for na be boy amane so mo e de Sedina Tamakloe abrain e wo Ghana de Felix Kwachi Fosu no mo man kan wo hwe e na fe yan enti so omode no aba be dru Ghana. That was in June or June 9th. And then, a court of appeals, they ruling no Abasadia may catch no. And then the lawyers defend ye, or much less the charge sheet, ebi actually lawyer tenasi ada ehodo ya tetew ho kakra na eye defective charge sheet no mo say na eye defective enti ehodo de omo ehwe okra na ensema omo hu ye nyina the lawyers na argue say 500,000 cedis bia odema obatampa as loan no loan no kro batampa sa de bre eye maslok for no mo de ba no mo kire mu say asesika no na ba no na eye check na master force na de coin so mo fa eye cash na emra na problem and the lawyers no kan say ade no de omo ehu ye de say omo say na kratanda so acceptance letter na so chese edo na aban gina so say obode twina so say wodi for enti acceptance letter na eni hodo keke no na ma aban ede no be gina court omo eka eye causing financial loss to the state involve vehicles be enti vehicles no so no omo kire say na vehicles in the lawyers no omo say vehicles mo say a procurement issue mono ade no na e wo soro dodo ade mo beka ne senke bia I was thrown to no matter once. The once a buy Luigi2 mono quadia, and the no a mono assem. And some of those were bring here to be a brother, digging them. But Omuria Yana, Attorney General said, Yasem way, I yet. Crocodile the John, and Hollywood. Omuria Yana and the Dominic Ayine. I said, WWW appeals court, Mamma Yasa, Mamma Yasa. That end when just said in that Tamakloe so funny who ain't concodi. And on also actual statement, Dominic Ayine said, there be on Tiasia da. Sapils court, I said in that Tamakloe. It's your no or call for the friend stay of execution. And so now be appeal, no cry, call for stay of execution. Kakrab, you see, I know, judge for the Ebem. And so no appeal. But Medofo, the other mammy boo air fu adame quadame casapino. Ochna, Yami Yaduma. Courts no air rising, omo vacation. Enti omo kwaje October, no more san baby. Enti ene ya omo ye omo set no china omo air sorry. Na yes Supreme Court omo nyina omo air call legal break vacation. Enti anya likely say na Attorney General betumi keep Sedina Tamakloe e wo prison ho because omo no omo call vacation. Enti ni o kanu bia no e be kwa akowie October e chini ho no mo baby. Sata and that said in that Tamakloe akwajojo by 3 months bi wo fear di fufuo kama because fufuo na kaso ba ye nyina no odi dada ye di prison owo omuntu be nkyere prison and said in that Tamakloe ehemu enti ene asema wo ho no NDC fuo eja said in that Tamakloe omo eja said in that Tamakloe I court of appeal and then wakasa acquitted and discharged but when they make company for enche you know yentie the minority MPs no ekan sometime past a year babafo ewa mesa time wo mugina predict say bibi say betu no e be kire so obudim quarter ohyemu enti yentie a year lawyer bafo ewa just about a minute na yentie the omo e predict ye and then yomo ekan ye nyina.
The assurance she has been given is that they are going to work around the clock to have the decision overturned. I am a lawyer and I don't know how it is going to be done. Government is the only one that can say so, but this is the assurance they have given her. But we want to sound a word of caution to government. The Ghanaian people are watching us very closely as political class. They are tired of the way and manner we protect or government protects their own when it comes to corruption and corruption related cases. Ghanaians are tired. They can't have it anymore. We must be seen to be acting on corruption and not protecting our own. That has been the trend with this government since it assumed office. It filed nolle prosequi in cases in respect of cases which members of the NDC were standing trial. And now it is playing games with the conviction and the sentencing of Sedinam Tamakloe. Indeed, by preventing her from serving the prison term for the 15 days that she has been in Ghana, government has interfered with a lawful order of a court of competent jurisdiction, and that is contempt of court. And the government will only do that because Madam Sedinam Tamakloe is one of its own. And that has been the trend. That said, we want to state that we are going to keep an eye on the matter. We are going to keep an eye on the matter. The trend cannot be that anytime an NDC member falls foul of the law, the person is protected and the person is prevented from or secured from facing the law. We are keeping an eye on the matter. Yes, said the wayera onunkwan ni baby ote.
Nana bafwo ewa. We omokano over a month ago. Oba ye na no omo be kire yen say 15 days no there. Omo nim say no under prison. Na omo baby sa buy sena away because 15 days no more cross check it sena under prison ho. And the time omo say omo dey akwa prison no and omo be ye sa press conference we. It for be 2 weeks Sedinam and landi kroma no under prison. Felix Kwachi for so be catch so onim prisoner or that because yet prisoners bia no onim bia as government spokesperson onim bia omo ewo prison PRO the last time we bondidi wa ye bisada osi onim bia Sedina Tamakloe ewo entiene acquitted and discharged
nyoma yekuri nyoma mpani ni NDC nyoma yekuri eni ma omo hihye ede ama nchire mai buchi anan ba ko a edi nsu ogugu ase ma don ohwie gui ya hwe yo chene moye nti yemu biye yem hihye yemu biye nti se o ka se me ho yes honam mu de ye etimi nya de di ananti aba beduru aba dwendwene da ye so ye ma ne nananom
ende ye no kre
se ya hwe ya nyamampani eni NDC aban edi o man yekure wasem di bia ehu mama mfa konya so na bia bi ni akwa me ntwi bosia ko se ma wontumi obia mo de na hyimu a woni se am pese obi hunu wia ekoso a hye nkuran anano Joseph kura no onye bone ye pagya no edi ni hyimu ni nuanum ne di kan to no nti bi esida ni nuanum ne di kan to no no kosum yesum den manfo hu ni creativity and level of intelligence or the adwuma emfa so oboso and oba bi so pe no so ompere na e man se ko se fiase if you fiase wa kura no he made an impact ti pese mama for the and this bom hu an komo anya sa e na no sa ni Yesu na bonsam so obo na sinu aso no okuno sinu am okuno eni ba no so na ho na the glory eba. And even at the prison, I mean, say to me, will prove a point. Namampani onsias and a sleep on nature. Zina any part. So if we so be watching when you budget there, never the energy. It will continue to torment you even without Upasukura will be one. It will torment you. And you could umpa. If you say answer na chairman Wontumi issue be by when this one and phobia ye ni bi kuko school no mo kire ni be sie anya mra no mo de ye adwuma mo de tumi na ye adwuma te say na ye na himfie no na ban a wo be ba wo ti chief justice wo be yi no ani bosumi na na wo yi no wo ka Sedinam Tamakloe na sem how many years any di ya ansa na ye di na samekora wi awu dijane kwatena buchira ejano nti NDC aban mampani obeso kire se oban wo power dia wudi nsem hu na kwatena buchia kofa ba ni akwetew na discharge sanu mampani beso kire yo obi odidi ai Ghana judge for atemo ya din se VIP musa position ya dia mo conference conference ai
yo
akwa odidi atembe bebe
Kevin Taylor
am trans yes ye ja ko didi ye ja ne so konko didi no ne yeso obi abodua aboma mpani dua ne na hyimu afi na boni ni ho a ebodua ye ka ho asem
ba ko na ye be say Dr. Baumi asibunya no
chese mi na
ka saboja no mo
ya bo se do bitum biabo so as na nana mu fa yansan kan obi sa wonya hwe a ne de watum Ghana na ewo mu no yesi ora yedede ora yedi ba ho so no ne nkrofo de kai so mu 40% intin lord post ko asem no ko hu hia ban bi ne afa aka no mfa nkodi emre wo Ghana yentu Galamsey sika ko ma ensuo entrim fa krum se bra wo mu sam na boy ena no mu ko ni nyina atensuo ni because go for the be ensuo no the suo ne to na yira fa so fa kokọ asedi abafie enso kwame ntwa no mo bo na kunu no tama Wontumi asase ne de na no Wontu ye no no obo ho ban no ema odi letter call research say nkofo bi e was asase no mo didi ye nche wo mo ne mpa mo mfiri wo no o mo ntimi entu anko Wontumi we ni papa na metru NDC for appointees ene omo so mining no fu say amomo mani nyine mampani ha obo mampani ha omo papa omo pase ade ti agogu kwame nkroma odwane firi Ghana ha 120 e wa ha detention without trial e amanfo ogum ne breso odwane nuze nkroma ba bedi MP satan na social media ni ho ya chocho no book mti Ghana fon tank nkan ni bibiri ntanhwe tini refi Mampani Rollins nyame fa ne crazy yi enfie de nkro ne penso na dwumfo fusiye head of state ni ade a ya ti wo mkon ene ne ba MP Mampani kufo ba ye loyalty o se reconciliation ni aka ne nya akire die na social media ni ho manfo refi ijaye adedan kwa kuvu ado ye lawyer UP4 obae ono so asam ne yede kobra vi nwotwe ayi papa ya no wo ayi fancy agriki hodmi mo fancy opuni su ya twe ne da re kobra sa vi nwotwe jo mama ba o se hu hia bi o twam no le protocol e twam amide nya kupo ase Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ya economist wonya lawyer do ni mra kusuyan je be boa no party fo be boa no pa se timi trust yi chief justice ya e betimi trust the chief justice foforo aba ene o mse bibi di tribunal o mu pushi agenda no na position ya yare wo ye dan ya obakobi nti wo shemra no moni na ho de wo party fo ni abre no Sinyankopon boa setunyem kase e ma kwan na MPP za ba bi 2028 ya ya dem panifo na be sa de no bia be pacho Wontumi asem ya e kan e charge ni asita how Sedinam Tamakloe the court no ya discharging because the court was not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt beyond reasonable doubt tieja no onkodidi oba akwa ehunu ba bi a court prison court no koye na ban o power Wontumi be di national chairman nti yen krofobia ti de naka krabia di asem ewi asem no dan so onka prison ho ndi party for yire na wose ya yire ho because o mampani ene NDC aban o muntimi mu man no wonim say time no na obi ko petiche dia teacher for na e pusu o no na party for nkro bu ofusi e pusu obi a o ene ye titie ne se kituwa bi na e pusu na o pa iso kutua 40,000 nsi amanfo be kom kofo be kom asen ye de no nsi mampani kofo no e lawyer nti no hwe mara nti o katakata na ni man o man buo adanko akufo adon so no e lawyer ba bo me the economist nti odi mra ye be boa no nti o muni mu a ebi o mdi kwa menvia akwa kwose ni nyina no o mo pesa aba no batu bie o ba be di chairman no moye but o muni mu o mo hwe ni ye nti mu amo no ebi amampani ne mo kro no mo yam ye ni na ho obi ko jibu sia mienu o Ghana Hama Bank mienu gui ya nya ne na sasem da ruana asɛm ɛna ɔpɔ mo fa kɔ court na ɔmo sa discharge akwete abɛn japadeɛ nyina de mani papa ko ɛwɔ Ghana ha na ɔba yɛ ne obetimi mesi ne ɔmo yɛ no sɛ ɔsɛ tunyam kɛse ma kwan na Ghana foɔ ɛsa de aba bie mu a me biem de ne hyɛ nkwasiafoɔ sɛbe na me ka ne saa no yɛ hyɛ party no nso
ɔman bia no bɛyɛ sɛ ya mabunu ne mabawa no lose trust ɛwɔ leadership no ma yes bɛsi because yɛsɛ nipa tam sika go bag ma kɔ adwira sika na san ba sika na yera court atena sɛ jeli nipa no mfiedu o say acquitted and discharged just onye bɔne bia ti dachi otimi gina mpi timi gina course or NDC ti say o man Ghana e wo mu no your first class people are mo ye NDC for and your second class people are mo ye MPP for her trend no na to force in wo case nolly prosecute opuni nolly prosecute
Collins Dauda
ewie ya no ne akofa Wontumi aba ne de miracles aboaje aba ne de guy or good morning Ghana ne de naba ne de national service for aba ne de gift or warrior aba ne de hanan aba just we mu kona we mu mra be
omo de mun ko fie
munya bia ni mo going forward munya bia ni na wo penina ebeduru hɔ a wo bɛyɛ saa deɛ no you smell pepper kivo moko na de bɛso wani wo sɔfo a ebeduru hɔ a deɛ ne esi a wɔn ka hwee no afi na abon so we mu de omu tie futuntu betu fo no wo bɛti kivo mako ɛwɔ wasom because we ɔman kyekyere kabani ye bibi kura na enye na opposition party ne ka na ban ni ntie kura na there should be some class of people a omo ne kasa abani etie ene asebi ni ho all of a sudden Lawrence Tadani mum on a see signboard this nonsense must stop. I don't see what he's making of today. Say nonsense we be idiotic. No nonsense. We the SCC no be an idiotic and your man ekoso no. O ma be na echiche no. Ukokruma e just wes ye buagu ye see 24-hour market. No proper arrangement between assembly no omo etigwanum na ye budwanagu no. Meanwhile, all these 24-hour markets near GOG funding. And your records of the way a GOG funding handled my Ghana way. Looking at trend and your mark fuel prices escalating. A coca crabia scanable Germansem. A Germansem na dollar no costra. Over there and at the revenue abomudi SCC all these 24-hour markets. Now they have when they say Obi crack advise someone first canon quiet agenda wa say esuno mu na esuno ye de pega de na mo pe hospital. Inti keke me de me kan bi ato me nuanom so say e bi a chema wo bia no onyusu Joseph Shadrach Misak mo omo ko prisons omo pie be ye big men na me de say adam visit chairman na me kura me hu say me mura wo soro chen mia makohwa me kwa kohwe no. And the words of inspiration or catch there say yemra yemejre ho na fo a wo tu ye ne say we should select good leaders for the region.
Any party chairman ni ho but across Ghana so open media house can the new patriotic party asemwa nipa abandon akoto no kokum de akosi insan wo adwuma investment in guso a eye party adwuma to even out of sight he's still working for the new patriotic party. And sometimes you think what teacher man some baby then you ask yourself say nipa wo into ni no na me bisa wo say nipa wo nim chairman nti about what chairmanship me say chairmanship national chairmanship a ye penti kofo bi ahyeda e de bone awura makomam e de adanse kurum aye nhwan amadia ye party no chairman want to make that prison. I always tell people the new patriotic party in the Wohonum because we failed him, and I'm happy. Say the very point I even said you're failing. We had a leader who stood up and said no, let's do the needful. And I'll always be thankful for the leadership Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has shown. I will always be thankful because na you move be no one na akoma aba form, but anytime be hu anamo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be to be ani age hwe to aba wie ma no na nkofo ye ni sasem nkofo din papa mu. He has taken the trouble to go to virtually every leader on any call contest. The people who are very important to this party no be heading komo say yen mini party no first because party no they be me form me the next government e be bo Ghana man because na me no ka say aban no to diesel mo ko 18% price floor no na petrol so about 9.4%. It goes to show say it goes to show say and then now among for every few the entire trot for 18 bibiri nyina say about 95% of trot kuma say diesel, and the diesel is almost 18 cedis per liter, almost 18 cedis. Nti na ya na nkofo enura no mo ka say Russia Ukraine war yenku bi Ghana na so na US ni Iran entokwa no enne e close Strait of Hormuz ni bia no a na affect ye petrol ni diesel no kosoro no ye bisa mampanyin say nsem o kan nra enne ne say no kwano ni yedi ya ye nyina nim sem enne hwe ye wuraduchu anda na do dan kokufa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nhye pam ni gu akwan mu free SHS baaye STEM education ni nyoma bebiri omo yoma dwen so mbeye aboa ma the next generation ebenya practical solution for problems ayewo na ukohwe how na drisu osi enko kire nkora Arabic and Chinese. Then you ask yourself, say, what do we settle for? Before be ne baaye mo a nti this mistake. Now hwa ban bi baaye osi enfa Ghana sika mbo Ghana for ho bra. Into was saying kwada bia wo be Jesus you make sure say Jesus na wo ba be wie no you better pass questions amano na obesanya breakfast ansa na ko tro BC no do wi a abansa na ko free SHS am fie bia mu akwada na wie school a opeso wo ko school nko ade a won ko free no nya ban bia ba no the Ghana for sika aton kokko e dia man branch executives no man yen no awe e say twa video sa dia ma ban sa ban we na yeye nimi so bia me mi hu bi kwa no ward 7 so bi amakum ha ya ko se de twam ya na obi ade na akokọ ba ya omukum stay nyu amakum every wo ni panyina ani so mo nti jai ye guzo ya ka chom say that the largest backyard dinner na aba o man panyina sponsor engofo de Ghana sika edi bone no ene the largest backyard dinner sponsored by the president nyina it krum haramo ye and to the extent that o man panyin ye de wo krum ha e ka say ye family and friends government na say bi onipa be 20 e ko fa 10 cedis na nipa ba ko fa 100 cedis a ho na edi boni and abanja pade nyina akwabra ne se ono nko a oni huska wo krum ha Ghana Dangote ye fa bibia ma no bibia obetimi aye nyansabo akwa ona wadwene obetimi a revive every company in this country. So go for your din because omo man no din ni nyina na bibiri na nya Land Cruiser twin turbo kese ntene omo nyina ye din omo ntimi nkasa said the adwumtofo bi kan say whoever feeds you controls you. Ze no na wo na rule no kura no ono amun kura no ni hu ene Sedina Tamakloe na kura no. What you say? Me see. Some video. I think so. Another crime. Hola. Enyuma ye man panyini kan wo. Odiasa. E man ko fo twa akommom triple ye. E to abama the NDC. Ene enyuma o ye ne no. Ye hu. I told you the moment I to abama ye John Dramani Mahama. Nene ye ba ku minu I say this man is fast becoming a democratic tyrant. And chen obeka say obia obeba social media be bibia no we know your IP address, we trace you, track you and deal with you. So anya mo wa say obitimi kobo obitu okuno kobo soja ni tu okuno near the 4 million Ghana cedis 23 so as bail condition na akwada akokasa man etra share o social media na nukotum 1 year. Camilla Alasa who compare Camilla Alasa Bonia Woody ye me so ateni so obi ni panyina tem ba wo hwe Bonia Woody ye na where Kevin Taylor didi atema mani ko wura kan ye wura aye bondia na me muso na akwada itime free abucha ba Ghana ha near the taxpayers money aye di twa police amani police protection abana mani nam krom han madin sam fu na ban abono ban awona bani nam ha se ahana musimi ntimi man maba the abansi kan born ho ban e no sa call bibi owo no akoto so awodi nsemfun. It is anura if the president benefited from such insults ne was it ukabia obechewa ye jani manyame na ye beka si party for so because your party for etoda ensem esi fie nketenkete bi wo betima kan fie no kwabrani akuma gina so one play in the party ngu no ate and me call the base and me call fafanto all these things whether you like it or not what any 80 now your MPP near until you die you cannot change. You can go to any other party but wakuma will be still with MPP or NDC till your mom call the base call fafanto dan da mission mama se minua ha na ye fie mombra na haye eye MPP na ba ban mu a enhye ye de go akwam nyina ewura fie bia mu ni bisa wo fie hormo mo hwemi mo fie hormo nkoko ne bi ba ho ba fie seches ba me sure say obusuani bi akos fie seches ni bi what I say ye kan kwa say party from me for odosunko because to be able to turn the ties
the signs are just on the wall.
Yes, February 2024 elections no the results that came sibetima turn no this say ye extraordinary people to do extraordinary job. Anya sa ne ko select anybody dina ne ye stress one who should not come close to power. Say ko choose one regional executive, national executive will continue to say kofo bo ma odo mu be party na nimu a ye ne be ye adwuma no ye ne wo form ye ne be ye adwuma no si yan select the right people to lead this party ne yan for bone yan cheche ye ho ne yan to na mo end party no dance pa. Me say the last time me read this book the next chapter by Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia bra say o hwe book no na wo kan that blue book no na wo hwe ni tuade hunu na papa no wo na wo hwe enwoma no wo pese wo be ye ne nkofu twa atro ebeji to me na hwe di ye I always pray yankopon ni se hene unsi ura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia hene na me adoma 2029 na so ba 2029 we will never regret because this man is a peace loving man. This man will hunu ide bu aban why deputize the president Nana Danko Kufuor me hunu bida and then you be someone vice president you will not be able to say because apart from a year any baby a president him kwa or normal function the vice president is not being used. The best party for say mumyanya adwumadene titru ye police executives area coordinators constituency executives e bi so baba regional and national so obaji position no it goes with the responsibility and your job must be done and if it must be done it must be done well samoji to me number ya munye ni ye ne baba power
mate Wontumi TV so any may cross over to a year honorable in Cherry but and party NPP akasa se empono Sedina Tamakloe what they describe as a travesty of justice. Now say NDC for a release your mon call for and the MPP for also call for a good behind and also more behind bars no release including Chairman Bernard Enchi Buesiako NPP and some also Ayeka and say a travesty of justice. But and the big news Sedina Tamakloe acquitted and discharged. Yeah, share a one ansem kaye ewaha nanka every woman a party no de no so a Supreme Court e de ba ye no so no eye asema na da ho but the Sedina Tamakloe be who it's got tanks wagon social media so I sheshe do do na buafu omo ani agekra but okay what the actually let me share with that a video honorable and then all right is it Sedina Tamakloe in your shorts? Sedina Tamakloe in your shorts.
Oh, put it too.
Sedina Tamakloe. I Sedina Tamakloe in your shorts.
You
acquitted and discharged. Muamudim Sedina Tamakloe. I Sedina Tamakloe. In your short. Yes, Sedina Tamakloe acquitted and discharged. Only I Odiasa. Come. Acquitted and discharged. Obediasa. Okay. And NASA I don't know. And NASA I don't know. Judges no a year justice a year me pacho na me pe full name but Justice Senor Emmanuel Senor me pacho let me see okay you were Justice Emmanuel Ankama Justice Emmanuel Senor and a Justice Samuel Obain. And then we saw it's not a case.
I here for the Kevin Taylor there.
Kevin Taylor there readily mean Kai Abia Jebe cross check.
Judges, your yeah, any justice. Will be some hey, and then Justice Sewa Asaribochi, so I don't know, Rulu on a yes, Sedina Tamakloe, I don't go a normal Chukaklama pass. And I mean, you rule cases. That's hard, you know. Can say the person is not guilty until innocent until proven guilty. Trouble said, you know, and Bible said, you when you never na see me, Yankopo. Tinomu ye, you, or what you call Muchasanato. Now, Oma was yet until you can see diagram and in it. She can't qualify not to come out. It is quite a jano. Settle will be physical what the brown here to an to a bufo.
Sir, at the Obi to conclude this as a one change the NFM.
Mrs. Canada, said a cross of fires no more canna. A bread noir, one found to baby and found to bank baby out. Would you treat me one here for a chair? Mampani Nymphiancia as president in Women. Come film you know. Nymphiancia as president in Women you. Wadi obedini dia best set record e binsi o Ghana hada wadi obedi abusuminsia wa obedi udie mfie nwotwe ka ho we Rollins ya odi PNDC for dia e ka ho a oni be obi a wadi ache na open so obi a fa Ghana ska wa man ayo mo friend say presidential party no which anso ye kwan e betimi afa so aden akweti obi would you say some in chum in Chasabins cannot call him until I'm seeing Chasabin. Me obedient to me can't say Mampenina, she says, I deal with Amagana for you. Actually, I say, or by the first, I do me as a Chief Justice over the uniform. No, I fuck him is not the for a day. Abba. She had to call him, it could be one 90s for or more campaign message back one no more canna, and no. Her campaign message never be Wontumi, I want to mining. Neka ho because me tie ese manifesto no fra egom na Wontumi ba akopɛ party for ntia se Wontumi ba akopɛ ni radio station miensa ya tum yes what the car Wontumi ba akopɛ ne cars ya sesa yes wo ko wie o car no wa import o okoto no garage se do bia akoto garage no Wontumi ba akopɛ yes wo ko dua nnua ni ama kwan se ko dua nnua nti e de watum fie duo the MPP for the Ghana for Montana saying Susu and you say DNT pa na Wontumi NDC for no man penny John Dramani Mahama and Penasam sa. Tell you a dear Benti, Yen will see a super for Bako atu. The earlier we understand say Wontumi a bakope biamana dano a key for NDC for ominous election no. It's a better. Ada region has one and the regional chairman. But you know, be saying, well, see a party of it. Wontumi 1992 no yen vie say 1992 yenya regional chairman Omampani Kufuor be di president ni any regional chairpersons and I know most dance one wontumi bugu ye yeah to NDC is a case here sit down kwa contribution into in 50 per in the first 1000 to mama kan you be entua cabinet minister 29 name 15 free ha when this ka call say the sit down wontumi fadi me say party for ada the earlier ibe hunu say an attacker mercy awo imu a ko betimi aye adwuma ni grassroots na aye adwuma ye call round so nyina kan election say ko fa no fara ko fa ko de ko ko national chairmanship ni bugan this phone be brace ro ye ni be din komo e bi ye meso universities he was a key a torment on them ejiamu bi de ye wo so continue would to stay in prison ni akosal no akwa ready ya go because a new man koso no and the party and say a press conference no one penny was press conference communication minister also press conference yes I was so to atwene me say adia John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for any demonstration o to adia one person man for who no you 276 constituencies national officers resremo about to be any one my free and fed and den sada yankubo kwa na bunsam to about heaven no wa ma bunsam anya bio o za bunsam anya 33.3% no woni na anto aba bio no pamo no enti out of the 200 and something no and so here na ka akoye wonya eya kakra na aka na issue ho no mumien solve in 10 ni pe bi ntanse ni enye ne ntam ni ento yaba never demonstration in tears baby or say ye demonstration bia press conference there who can say we are media free on bebre and 2 minutes or can say we are no twam on kabiem because samijam fi gold board samijam fi gold board samijam fi gold board communication director or the gold board or who and say ye they no solve the problem no Ghana for bread Ghana for sika twitwiri die ya to nkoko nketenkete de amankrofo ama omu konwe ehun faso bia amaso asantemai kanfo munti ase NDC fo no mampani omo mpesa mbepeja omo so mu mpeja ne di kan ekoko se koko no ye ton na bia $10 million ne ba Ghana koko akuafo anye bia mu be $5 million de omo ho ehiamo na ne yatesu hwi ha yenya no mu nkro nkito mu amudo buru amanfo akoto buru ndi aba begum timo buru yento muso ya muso mu NDC fo se mu koto aba na mu nyankopon mu na mu take decision ye ena do ba ko school no nkuta be 2000 secondary school PT nkwani ade omoje no akubu ade tan for chobo so na akọ enti yesa Ghana fo ne etua so hwe ba bi e ndi dwa kitinkiti bia okuru enkran Kumase tema ninya NDC vocal abse no omo mukuru mun kitinkiti ya mbobo kioso a omtunton no ye pabo munyina because most music an kitinkiti ya na boa wo pass me make geke muni akiri na mon kohwe omo pamo munyina to make sure say gadi na nkrofo dia enso music so munyina is collapse enti ebesre mate am people for na no man koto aba nko for be baso mo pedibi the base for ma men na mo pe twitiri dia o man ja no enom dia bufuo the base for mo mrefie mo yira mo mrefie